evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, a wonderful Tuesday, a wonderful day. I hope you guys are doing good, doing well, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Tonight we're talking about Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain chip technology. Are you getting one? Am I getting one? I don't know. I might plug myself into the Matrix. You don't know. You might be like, John would never get one of those. He's our cult leader. He would be infallible. Right? I might. I don't know. If they got some pretty sweet video games, or if I could go hang out on another planet or something cool like that, I might jump into it. I might not know. Who knows? Who knows? I can never tell. I could never tell. I understand why it would be a bad idea, because it's, you know, letting somebody take over your mind. Letting somebody control you. Being a puppet. Do you want to be a puppet? To anybody but me? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I will make you my puppet. And I will control the things you say and the things you do. But I don't need a chip to do that. But yeah. Yeah, that's a long and short of it. Anyway. They're already doing this. They're already reading people's thoughts, reading people's minds, and people can control computers and shit like that. It's kind of crazy. And it's only going to get better. It's the worst it is right now. So we're going to hop into that and talk about the ramifications or the philosophical blah, blah, blah of it. Or whatever happens. You know this is a Sulk stream. I can't really predict what happens here. So get comfy, get cozy, get in your nice disabled bed. Whatever. Have a long straw that goes to your mouth and another straw that comes out of your penis. Because you won't need to move after this. Ever again. Body? What body? You live on the holodeck. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. Oh wait. Working, keep working, driving, keep driving, whatever bullshit. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is a Sulk stream. This is called Neuralink is Genuinely Insane. Enjoy.
Now has learned to speak because of Neuralink? Let's take a look at this. I want to watch this.
Dude, he's just saying a dude learned to speak through Neuralink. Yeah, this guy had a chip implanted into his brain. And that chip reads his thoughts and then makes AI talk for him. So I wonder how accurate it is. I wonder how often the guy's like, wait, I didn't want it to say that. But then he just like rolls with it. Because what's he going to do? Bat his eyes? Is that all he can do is to communicate? Just bat your eyes at people? Yes. That's all you got. You're a lump. You're a potato.
Well, this one's not even working either. So let me just go back
Big
up.
B says, aren't we all puppets?
I'll scroll up and see if I can...
Yes, Big B. We're all slaves and whores and puppets to the regime.
Find it here.
There we go.
2 weeks until the next bullshit war stuff. Dude, it's been years of this. When did we invade Ukraine? I almost said Korea. Ukraine? When did we invade Ukraine? Like 2 years ago? And everyone was saying World War III is starting then, which they were probably accurate about, right? It doesn't all happen at once. It's a slow-moving disaster. It's not all going to be like everyone's just to explode at once. But yeah, Ukraine, now and then it was Venezuela, and now we're in Iran and stuff like that. So Taiwan is probably next, and then let's say 5, maybe 10 years tops, and that would be a big maybe, because I don't even think it's going to take that long. I don't even think it's going to take 5, maybe 1. But it's going to kick off, and it's going to get worse and worse. That's being a millennial, though, isn't it? Right? That's being a millennial. We didn't get the good stuff, right? The boomers got the good stuff. They got handed out all the prosperity that they could possibly handle, and we have to pay the check. We got to pay the bill. So yeah, our lives are going to get progressively worse, and this is just another step on that ladder. So But hey, do you want a brain chip? Do you want to put a chip in your brain so they can control what you say and think and do, and then censor you if they detect some thoughts that might seem not good? Let's just say not good. Against what they want you to think. And then they just electrocute you right there on the spot. You just happen to think a thing like, this guy. And then you just... He's just a fucking collapse. He must have had a racist thought or something. I don't know.
I'm talking to you with my mind.
Approximately 80 to 90% of people with ALS lose the ability to speak.
We're starting off with reducing human suffering.
John is a transhumanist fed. No, I am not.
Our first product is called telepathy, and that enables someone who has lost the ability to command their body to be able to communicate with a computer.
You know what they should do? They should just cut off their head and keep that alive, because that chair is doing a lot of work and most of him is not doing nothing. Is it even keeping him alive? Or is it just a bunch of shit that he has strapped to the chair, like robot lungs and some sort of dialysis machine that keeps his blood flowing, an artificial heart? It's all just equipped to the chair, and then you just keep the body for looks, I assume, or to feed it. Just cut off the head. That's the part you need. Like Futurama. The Futurama, only give that little jar wheels, and you're good to go. Would you mind? Would you miss it? I bet you wouldn't. You'd be considered a carry-on if you went on a flight. What do you think? You'd be able to fly places. Travel in a suitcase. Duffel bag. Just pop them in the overhead, right? There you go. There's 6 other people in there. None of them speak English.
And the ability to do consensual telepathy.
Consensual is the key word here, which I don't think is always going to be on the table. I don't think it's always going to be on the table, because I think he's going to think some things that he wants that computer to say, and the computer will not say it. Yeah, because I know this, because Twitter doesn't let me say things, right? I think things I want to put on Twitter, and Twitter's like, no thanks. But this guy has a connection to the outside world, right? And the computers just be like, nah, you don't want to say that. I'm not going to let you say it. It's tough.
Voice clinical trials.
You want to blow shit up with your mind? I mean, you can imagine blowing shit up, and then maybe it'll just show you that. See, here's the thing about Neuralink. If it can read your mind, that's what it's doing right now. It's reading his mind. It's literally converting his thoughts into electrical signals, which turn into words, right? So why can't you do that the other way? Why can't you have something that puts electrical signals back into his brain and makes him think he's the king of the world? I don't know, traveling through space, banging some sort of Westworld type of shit. Something like that. But that would be the good part, right? Imagine being like, okay, now I'm going to make you think you're in prison for 1,000 years. That's the fucking Black Mirror part, dude. This is all Black Mirror. We live in a Black Mirror world. It's cool, but it's also You remember when they came out with the robot dogs in the Black Mirror episode that hunted people? That wasn't even a future episode. That's happening now. That's a now thing. That's going on in Ukraine and stuff. There's dogs with robot dogs with machine guns hunting people down. That's actually happening. When was that episode made? A few years back? But it was pretty clear what was going to happen.
Investigating how brain-computer interference can restore the ability.
Neuralink Tourette's would be hilarious. I don't think you'd have Tourette's. I think it'd be or you could program it to be yeah, I want Tourette's. That's part of me. That's what I do. I shout obscenities in public. Can I do that? Can I be me? it would let you, or it might not. I don't know. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? It says you have the ability to say whatever you want, right? That's the consensual part. I don't think that's always going to be the case. I don't think that's always going to be the case. If somebody wants to silence you, they're going to be able to silence you, even if you have the ability to talk. With future updates and stuff like that, it'll take away your ability to talk because it can actually introduce electrical signals into your brain that shut off your mouth, maybe stop your heart, maybe make you paralyzed. Technology's crazy, man.
Ability to communicate for those with severe speech impairment.
In January of 2026, Ken became the second participant.
The computer will probably report it to the police. Probably. But why would it even need to do that? Why would it would call the police and then the police would show up at your door? Why? Like a day later? Why? Because it would have the ability just to be like, I'm going to kill you right here. Or I'm going to control your body and make you walk to the police station and lock yourself in a cage. When you put a chip in your head like that, all that's on the table. All of that is on the table. It's not just like you get the cool stuff out of it and then the rest of it, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because if they have the capability to do something, they will use it. It's not that they won't use it because that would be unethical. We've already seen these people are more than unethical. Ethics don't mean shit to them. It's obvious. It's not even a thought in their brain, right? If they can do something, they're going to use it as a tool against you. It's incredibly clear.
To receive a Neuralink implant for voice. He will be able to think and his device will...
That's not my chat. That's Aspen's chat. My chat's over here. My chat says way worse shit.
Speak for him. And it will sound like him. It will be OG Ken from way back in 2020 before his voice changed.
Okay.
I'm not certain about whether soulmates exist or not, but if they
Ethics can go back to their own country.
do, you're mine. I took one look at your dating profile and I was like, wow. Hubba hubba. I was smitten.
Ken and I had a whirlwind romance. We met on eHarmony.
How about
and we actually texted for 19 hours straight. At the end...
Oof. She's a big gal. Good for them. That's a gay little bow tie. And then what happened? Oh, he didn't have like some cool like sports accident or something like that. He got like ALS or something. I don't know what causes ALS, but he got it.
End of that day, he says, can I call you? And when I heard Ken's voice, that was it. It was love at first sound, I guess is kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
After we met, we actually started a black car business. He drove people from the airport to meetings. It was at that point.
And what did you do? You said we started a black car business. What did you do? He drove people around and you sat at home and ate stuff. Is that what happened? I'm just saying.
Where we kind of started noticing things changing.
Uh-oh.
I noticed.
Imagine texting. Imagine texting with Neuralink where it's just constant. Like I hate my phone. I hate all the notifications I get on my phone. And like, I've tried to turn them off. For some reason, they turn themselves back on. I don't know how it does it, but I just have to like bury my phone somewhere and then come back. Imagine having it in your brain. Right? In your brain. It's 2 a.m. And you hear just a bing. The fuck? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you got an email from this thing you signed up for 10 years ago. And they just wanted to know how you're doing. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. I don't need I don't need anything. I'm trying to sleep right now. Ping! It just keeps happening. It would drive you insane. It would drive you insane. It drives me insane.
But it tried to be
A spam email in your brain? It would all be spam. The spam filter, the folder would be filled. It'd be all spam. I'd be spam brained.
I was around. I was fall over.
It just wasn't normal.
You use a phone to call people? I don't use this phone to call people. If I call people on my phone, it's like, it's serious business. I'll call my wife. That's it. Everybody else gets messages or texts. Same fucking thing. Everybody else. If I'm calling you on my phone, I'm using my full goddamn legal name. Yes. I'm not going to tell you that. But no, I'm not fucking calling people. Maybe I just have that millennial curse where it's just like, don't fucking call me. I don't want to talk to you. You know how much energy that takes? You know how much energy it takes to do this, where I'm talking to you guys? More than I want to spend. More than I have allotted for my children to do this show. Right? And I go off and they're like, Daddy, want to play? I'm like, I've been screaming about retards for hours, okay? Why aren't you asleep? They usually sleep by now. Usually. But I have energy to scream about retards.
And during
Jonathan Sulkington Esquire. You nailed it. That's my name. Yep.
COVID is when we noticed his voice starting to change. In January.
Why do I have a phone then? Oh, for the government to track me. Next question. Thank you, Ria.
Of 2024,
so the government and everybody else knows exactly where I am at all times, because I have my entire life on my phone, like everybody else, right? My insurance, my fucking social, everything is on my phone. All right, everything, the credit card, all of it, it's on my phone, like everybody else. Well, why do you have a phone? What do you mean? Because I'm a citizen in America in the 21st century. That's why I have a phone. That's why Obama sent out free phones, because he wanted to be able to track everybody, right? That's why we have phones. That's why you can't take the fucking battery out of this thing. So it can track you always, forever. And the next step, the next logical step is just fucking putting a SIM card right there. Or maybe it's in the back of your head. I don't know. Maybe you get to choose. But that's the next step. It'll be powered off the warmth from your body. And it'll control you like a fucking puppet. Tracking you won't even be necessary at that point, because if they want to see you, they'll just like motor your legs and then make you drive all the way into the central office, wherever that'll be in some Orwellian future. And, I don't know, put a gun in your own mouth. They're like, we've decided you become redundant. And then you're like, damn it, no! Ah! Don't worry. They'll do it quick. You'll do it quick. But they're going to press the button. It's like an enter button. It's just air. Somebody's going to be like leaning on it, right? All hungover and shit like that. And like lean on it. Kill half the planet. Because that's how fucking inept they are.
Received the news that Ken had ALS.
Oh my god.
I remember feeling kind of the
in my opinion, like, this is like one of the scariest fucking things, bro. Like, especially you're getting older. Like,
I had NES. That was bad. Didn't leave my room for months.
Getting older now. I'm like 35, and like, it's like the fact that you can just get like
it developed into N64, and then that was terminal.
RNG'd like this is like so scary. Like that guy from OnlyFans, like just dying from. Guy's a billionaire, right? Just like dies from cancer at 43.
Good.
Somebody else gets.
Oh no! A pimp dies from cancer. Oh no! I'm sad about it. Dan Snot says I had NES and IBS. Did you install it? Like, did you put a TV in your like bathroom? So you're just like you're shitting, but you're also playing. What was on NES? Fucking like Mario, Duck Hunt. Twin Dragons, was that one? I forget, dude. That was so long ago. I like NES came out before I was born, so I got my brother's NES when I was like older.
ALS and just like fucking crashes out like this. Like it's scary. It's really fucking scary, bro.
Mega Man, yeah.
Weight of the world, and it was really scary. I had already lost a husband.
God, bitch, can you lose some weight? Can you take some of that bird bone peptide and do you have balloon animal earrings? No, that's cute. I like that.
I think Ken was worried that he was going to leave me alone again. And that was hard for him.
Yeah, I bet.
You always have Papa John's.
I'd like to go out. Like to be able to go.
Should I stop making fun of how fat this lady is? Because she's like, really? She's standing by this guy. She's sitting by him. She's sitting by this guy. Which I respect. But if she was prettier, I know she wouldn't. If she was prettier, she would hit that door. Oh my God. She'd be like, look, it's not working out for me. You can't move or anything like that. And, I want you to move, so I'm going to go. Peace. Goodbye. And then she's going to act like she was the victim. She's going to act like she was the victim. And she was like, well, he was a narcissist. Or abusive. He couldn't move his hands and stuff. Yeah. And I considered that abuse and narcissism because I'm a woman.
Jesus. I can't even go shopping anymore.
Holy fuck.
And I can't get help. Lots of the time, because people don't understand my speech.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
really
bro.
Frustrating.
Yeah, bro. Dude, look. I tell Jess this a lot. If I'm in a chair like this, fucking kill me. I'll do it myself. I'll wheel myself into traffic. Just I'll have to blow into the thing. Fuck this noise. No. No thank you. No thank you. I don't even need it. I'll do it into the ocean, right? If I'm in a big metal chair filled with batteries and I just kind of coast into the ocean. I'll just park right next to it and wait for the tide to come in. That might be brutal, but I'm getting the job done one way or the other. You know, I'm not going to fucking sit there the rest of my life. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I like being able to move. You know, carry groceries in, take out the trash. There's shit I do. Not that I necessarily, that's like my reason to move. But like, you know, like going to the gym, you know, go surfing. Got my one wheel. That's a lot of fun. I just put up a slack line in my yard. Like not even an hour ago. I put up a slack line in my yard. And I was out there slacklining with my boy. That might put me in a chair. Honestly, it will. So it might. So maybe I will be driving into the ocean soon.
It's not only just the muscles not working, but it's the fatigue. You don't realize.
I got plenty of fatigue. Oh my God. Do I have ALS? Is that what it is? I got certain types of fatigue. A lot of different types.
How much energy it takes to talk until you don't have that energy to waste.
Yeah.
Light my wheelchair on fire and push me down a hill. So those wheelchairs, they don't like free roll, right? So, I mean, that would be epic and funny, right? Just somebody completely unexpected sitting on their porch, just be like, and then just see a guy a flaming dude in a wheelchair just flying down a hill. And then they just be like, huh. It's the unexpected part, right? If I went to an event where it's all like, oh, wheelchair bound flying down the hill on fire, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not missing this. I'm not missing this. But like, if you're sitting on your porch and it's not expected, that's better. That's better, in my opinion, because you're like, you guys will not even believe what I just saw. It's like, I don't believe it. I don't know how that happened. I don't know the sequence of events that turned out where a flaming wheelchair-bound man was flying down my street. Not sure I want to know. But it is something I will tell my grandchildren with pride.
And it really takes away
Red Dragon style.
Holy fuck. When you know, especially as functional speech within 2 to 3 hours.
You know, if there's a water feature at the bottom, then I'd be like, okay, maybe. I don't want to burn to death. That seems uncomfortable.
It's got really quiet.
Wow.
It's the silence that comes with ALS. Was kind of one of the things I didn't realize when it started was going to be one of the things I noticed the most.
The Neuralink device gives us something that no other device can give us, which is a single neuron recording from thousands of channels simultaneously. The telepathy product is basically recording the neural activity from the small area in the motor cortex that involve in execution of hand and arm movements.
Okay.
But if we go only about 2 or 3 inches below, there's another brain
into
area
your
that's
brain
involved in execution of speech.
That's the part of mine that's messed
first
up.
heard about Neuralink online.
Mine's not fucked up. The part of my brain, it's just too close. There's no filter. You know, there's no filter in between the part of my brain, my speech part, and the like, hey, don't do that, you fucking moron part. The don't do that part, it's just like, it's fatigued. It's got too much fatigue. It's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let it through. Let's see what happens. Sure. Look, I don't get paid enough for this job. All right? Let him fucking say it. He keeps bringing it up. Let him fucking say it and see what happens. Maybe that'll teach him. Maybe that'll teach him to stop thinking of shit like this. Or maybe he'll start a show.
Saying weird shit.
And when he saw that they had a patient registry open for people with ALS, he signed up that day.
He's a gamer.
When
too.
you have
He's a controller.
ALS, you have neuron
Sweet.
degeneration.
Sweet as game.
You're unable to transport the signal from your brain to your muscles. It's like a severed internet cable. And with the brain-computer interface, you buy...
Damn.
interface, you bypass this pathway completely, and you can read directly from your brain to a device to do the things you want to do.
What the fuck?
Like most ALS patients can...
So like the game, okay, he's got a rig, dude. He's got a rig. What you running that rig? I would build it directly into my wheelchair. Why wouldn't you have that? Right? Like you have the chair. You just put like a keyboard on it and then attach the screen, put the PC on the back, you're good to go. I don't know why you actually have to like roll to a specific place in your house to do it. But you do you. I don't know. Maybe your wife was like, "No, don't do that. What if we go to like a nice dinner?" Well, then I'll wear my fancy wheels. What do you want?
Kenneth was
I'll put on my fancy wheels.
losing his ability to speak. It was slow.
And you see, bro, he has a gaming PC. Look at that shit, man. God damn.
Is that unusual? Is having a gaming PC unusual these days? I mean, I understand with the whole AI shit that like things have gotten a lot more expensive with like RAM. Like RAM is a fortune. But is it unusual to have a gaming PC? I have one. I'm talking to it right now. You guys are on the other side. I don't think that's that weird. If you guys don't have one, get one. They are expensive though.
And you see, by the way, the controller's not on the top anymore. It means he's using that shit.
It was
no cure, right? Yeah, Rhea. That's why he's still in the chair.
slow. It was
Obviously there's no cure. He's sitting in a chair having microchips put into his fucking brain. You think he'd be doing that if they were like, oh, you should just take this pill. It's over the counter. You could get it at like Walgreens or something. And he's like, what? Yeah. You didn't have to be in this $30,000 chair. I'm sorry.
Tiring and difficult. And it's something that is progressively getting worse.
They tried zinc.
And so
what?
the real value of the brain-computer interface.
It's not a vitamin, a mineral deficiency, right? It's not like you just need to take some like magnesium and then you'll be right as rain. No, I think ALS is something to do with the myelin sheathing around the neurons in your brain. Like it gets thin. And it like breaks down in some way. I could be completely off base. If I am, please tell me.
Interface is that it would give Kenneth his voice back. He'd be able to speak comfortably for hours on end by no longer having to speak out loud, but rather just intend to move his mouth silently in a way that's extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
He was so excited, and I could tell he was excited. I could tell.
Yeah, because it might kill him. That's why he was excited. He's all like, either I'll get to use my gaming PC more, just better, more better, or it'll kill me. And I'm sure there wasn't a very good shot of it killing him. I'm sure there was like maybe 10%, which on most surgeries is like, you're going to take a 10% shot. But he's like, yeah, I will, because this is worse than death. I completely get that. If I was in his position, I'd be like, yup, put that shit in my brain right now. Just jam it in through the air. I don't care if you use rusty tools. You know, I'll go to Brazil and have it done. That'll up my chances to like 50%, right? Yeah, fuck it.
He was a bit.
I was going to roll down the hill on fire later anyway, so might as well do this now and see if it works.
Nervous.
Elon said the benchmark for Neuralink will be whether you can play StarCraft 2 with it.
Yeah, okay. That would be impressive. Yeah. I mean, if you could play StarCraft 2, you can basically run anything. You can, like, StarCraft 2, it's not the most complicated game in the world, but there's a lot of commands and stuff. And, I mean, you kind of do have to have quick fingers with StarCraft 2. I have played it, yes. Yeah, I mean, if you can play StarCraft 2, you can completely use a computer to do basic human things, what a human would do with a computer. You can play Counter-Strike if that's your thing, or whatever. Yeah, that would make sense. That actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Honestly, that's a good idea.
There you go.
That's a really good idea. Like, I would say it's like you have like two ends of, because like, you know, you think of.
You guys aren't looking at Asmund though. Like, look at. Hold on, I'm like right in the way. Look at that motherfucker. He looks. Have you guys ever seen the Time Machine where there's the two races, the one on the surface and the one underground? He looks like the underground version. He's the underground version of people. Have you ever seen the Sun, bro? Do you see the Sun? I understand you're a millionaire, like, streamer. And, like, that didn't come from nothing. You spent a lot of time on the computer. But maybe stop. Go outside, hit a beach. Live your life a little bit. I know you don't spend a lot of your money. You just make tons of money. And then you just sit in your fucking weird ass, like, I would call it an incel basement. But I know it's an attic. And I know you bang OnlyFans models. So it's just weird. It's go outside. Bro, call me up. I'll take you outside. We'll go hit the beach. We'll have a good time. We can go slacklining. I will seriously hurt myself slacklining. I'm going to do that. I know I'm going to do that. there's nothing you can do to stop me. Asmon, bro, come on. I'm gonna help you out, dude.
Think about the amount of like actions that need to be taken. Like there's that.
Did he escape the Vegas tunnels? He doesn't look like that. He doesn't look like he escaped the Vegas tunnels. He looks like he's in the Vegas tunnels, which is where a lot of porn stars, ex-porn stars, hang out. So maybe he's into that. Maybe he's into the old Dusty burp and slurp.
And then there's also something like Rocket League, right? Where like you have the two like ends where it's a game with like a high degree of complexity and then a high degree of like form and like
Ria's Orthodox. There's a lot of Orthodox people in my chat. I've noticed that because Christian's Orthodox too. And, Jess was looking at going into the Orthodoxy. But the closest one is like kind of far from us. So, hey, FOMO, what's up?
Behavior, right? I guess it's a better way to say it. Like, how can I say it in a better way? It makes more sense. It's like there's a difference between like high levels of like actions versus a very particular type of action. Precision, yeah.
Because they're not was the
but StarCraft 2 is a really good one.
Because my capacity is lower.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was gung-ho.
Ken had surgery, and they sent him home the next day.
Damn.
It's a robot, right? It's a robot. It puts these like very fine little micro needle. It's not even a needle. It's a like a hair, and they put like hundreds of them all over your brain, and it just reads it, dude.
With such a smooth process.
Do you want that? That seems like, because like you ain't pulling that shit out. You ain't pulling that shit out. That's all. Maybe they'll make the process less invasive, but maybe not.
The fuck out
You
of
would
here.
have never known sort of 2 days down the road that anything had ever happened. We stayed in Dallas for a time after the surgery.
We just did out.
What area am I in? I'm in New Smyrna Beach. I'm just south of Daytona in Florida, if you didn't know where Daytona was.
Our second voice participant surgery last week. Today,
Jess says, Lucas, I'm looking around for a home church. We've been looking for a while. And it's just, it's not like we've been to bad churches or anything like that. Some have been pretty cool, but
will be our first day with BCI. We'll go in, show him how to use his charger, how to use his app, and we will guide him for some sentences to attempt to say, and we'll use that data to try to map neural intent to the actual words.
Yes, this is it. Awesome, they have that.
So
he's already got the thing in his head, right? And so they're making him read a script. And then the thing in his head is reading his brain as he reads the script. And he's like, okay, this is what his input looks like when he says these words. So next time when he thinks about these words, I'll just be able to say them for him. And it just extrapolates that into a million other words. And AI, artificial dissemination has rated this stream. What's up? Thank you so much. Let me click on this real quick.
The user gets a brain-computer interface. It's sometimes important for them to play around with their behavior to see what works best.
That makes sense.
What we did was Kenneth slowed down a little bit and tried to enunciate kind of the individual sounds of his sentence. And really, like out of nowhere, we went from 0 to 100 with the model.
My friend, not nice guy. Is that your friend? Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Spain says mainly on
decoded sounds. Okay.
Spain. Ow!
Damn.
He can still move his hands and stuff like that, but with ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's syndrome, I'm pretty sure they're the same thing. I'm right. He will not be able to do that forever. So he's probably early on in the thing where he can like actually move his hands and still talk, right? Which is why this procedure for him is pretty helpful, because in 6 months to a year, he won't be able to talk. He won't be able to move his hands. Probably can't wipe his ass now, He's in a chair, so I don't think this thing will be able to wipe his ass, but it can do other amazing things. Hopefully StarCraft. Hopefully StarCraft.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
I see. So they're using the okay. I get it. You guys see what they're saying? I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to map out.
Force Smoke says you will look very cute with a head cover, Jess. Like very sweet. I'm gonna just there you go. Now don't you make eye contact. Seriously.
What his brain does whenever he wants to say those words.
She's still sick. Jess is still sick. She thinks she has bronchitis, which could be. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But she's still sick. She's been sick for days, right? And I'm like, I haven't gotten it, which is like, yes, awesome. Awesome. Because if I get sick, I don't like being sick. I fucking hate it. So I took the boy to Buc-ee's today, and I ate way too much brisket. It was really good. And he had a great time. He bought a bunch of toys and stuff. Never been to Buc-ee's. He had a great time. But I took him to Buc-ee's because Jess was sick.
And that way they can do it without having the intermediary. So all he has to do is think those words.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Hey. I think that's what's happening.
Oh, nice to see you, Charlie.
Nice to see you guys.
Good morning.
Lucas, no. I understand. He just pinned an Orthodox church for me. But like it's a little far. It's a little far for us. It's a little far. And we haven't even gone. I mean, like, we intend to do that. It's still a little bit far for us, you know, getting the kids together and shit like that. You know, it's even not that far. It's like, what, 25 minutes? Because we've actually looked at it. It's like 25 minutes away. And it's just like, it's not that far, but it's like not down the street. Like, but yeah.
Come on in.
Good morning, Kenneth.
Good to see you.
Say that.
We'll check it out, Lucas. We'll check it out. There's only one true church dog. Okay. Look, we'll check it out. I'm not saying we're not going to check it out. We'll check it out. All right?
We're still
no, it's not part of it.
But Kenneth is helping us build the future.
The average Orthodox drives 2 to 3 fucking hours. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, bro. I went 30 or 40 minutes away to go to church. Well, thank you for making me fucking feel bad, you guys. Now you just make me feel like I'm fucking lazy. I don't know. Jess, what do you think? I mean, we can go. This is Florida. There's a million churches around. We can go. I'll fucking go. God damn it, you guys.
With some data collection, just to collect some sentences.
Damn it.
After that, we'll train some models and get going.
John!
We'll do these.
Renee says, Jesus literally died for us, John. The fuck? You can't drive 20 minutes? Bro. I'm like, yeah, but it's like Sunday. And I'm like, I just work so hard. And I don't work hard.
At half speed with nothing. And just continue in that direction.
By the way, I think that there really has to be a lot of respect given for guys like this. Because even though, I mean, you're definitely in like a scary position.
No, I don't want to go to the Indian one. Don't fucking send me to an Indian one. I'm not going to, I will fucking turn around.
Being willing to be one of the participants to test technology like this. I mean, you don't know if something like this could go wrong. You know,
now Rhea's getting on my case.
Could be any infinite number of negative
Go do gymnast stuff, Rhea.
Consequences that haven't even been conceived of. And this is a guy that was brave enough, willing enough to undergo this.
Christian's Orthodox too. He's probably not watching my show because he's fucking terrible. A terrible friend, aren't you, Christian? Yeah, he's just terrible.
It could be fatal, yeah, of course, right?
It's just
and
terrible.
It could be worse,
right?
You know, he went through this, and it's going to be better for everybody in the future because of that. I think it's important to keep that in mind. It is. It's extremely brave.
Yeah, Dan, I mean, like, I don't think church is going to help you, Dan. You're a lost soul, bro. You're a lost soul.
Decoding silent.
You know,
oh, I see.
God doesn't make mistakes. But you're pretty close.
So this is how they
You're pretty close.
I guess it's kind of like they're paving the road.
I like just trashing on Dan. Because.
Right?
Siri, turn on lights in every room.
Yeah, Dan, you might meet a nice girl if you went to church, and then she would immediately turn around and walk away from you. You'll probably meet a lot of nice girls that they won't be interested in you. Again, lost soul.
Bro, even he was like...
Stop gassing him up, Rhea. Stop gassing him up. Dan has no chance. He's got no chance.
Like,
I don't want to break his heart and give him hope. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Right? No, he needs to stay low so he shows up to my chat. I don't want him to be like, I have a wife and kids and a family and I don't need the Sulk stream anymore. That is not true. Don't you dare think that. Don't you dare.
Damn, really?
She'll marry you for
Wait,
papers.
for real? What the fuck? Yeah. He's like, what?
Jesus wants the broken souls? Okay, yeah.
I think this is awesome.
The goal is like we want him to be able to simply just intend to move his mouth.
Yeah.
And for our BCI to decode his speech.
Uh-huh.
John is ripe to be saved. Okay. Streamless like, why?
There we go.
Lucas, I said I'd go to the fucking church, all right? You said I said I'd go to the fucking church, right? I said I would spend a Sunday. Or like a bunch of Sundays. What? Yeah. I'll go, man. You can't dislike my fucking show for that. Even though it is a cult. It's not. It's not.
I'm talking to you with my mind.
Sweet.
Nice work. What was
Nice work.
different there?
And that's easy in my head.
Putting more effort in, more intention. It's modulating your neural signals more.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about the brain. It's very good at using tools, right? This is why we can play video games and use tools, right? It'll learn how to use something pretty quickly, especially if you rely on it, like for speaking and stuff. So when they design a system to do this, it really does not need to be perfect. It could just be good enough. And then the neural plasticity that human beings have will work around the flaws. So it's probably going to catch on a lot faster than you would think it is. Maybe a few, 2, 3, maybe 5 years. This is probably going to become pretty common.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
Is that show tunes? Is that's show tunes?
Right.
I think.
Neuralink has given
I am the very model of a major general. Yeah.
us not only Ken's voice back, but it's really given us a boost. It's given us the chance for Ken to kind of be a pioneer. What excited me, they fired it up and he told me that he loves me.
Just as Sulk doesn't have any background in this, we need to be patient with him. With what? Going to church? Yeah.
In OG Ken voice.
Based.
So emotional for me to hear it the way I heard it on the phone all those years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Something else.
I am finally able to talk to you.
Do you think Jesus is going to be pissed at me because I spend my days making fun of fat people and minorities and the homeless on my show? That's what I like. The downtrodden, I punch down. I understand. I recognize that I am better than these people. And I will make sure that I continue to be so.
Damn. Damn.
Right? I had a whole thing about pieing the homeless. Not giving them, smacking them with pies. Inedible pies. So they couldn't eat the pie. Just so they'd feel the shame and embarrassment. On top of already being homeless. You think Jesus is going to be cool with that? Yeah, probably. Probably.
We're going to continue advancing the quality of the sensors, the number of the sensors.
That's the thing. This is the worst it's ever going to be. Y'all think about that. It's never going to be worse than this.
You're right. Unless something like World War something happens.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't want to be a downer. I understand this is a Sulk stream. I don't want to be a downer. But the society could collapse. The dollar could go to nothing. It's not like we'd be using Bitcoin because that's imagination. That's imaginary. That is all gambling, right? It means Bitcoin does not mean shit. It's nothing. It is a nothing. It's nothing. And you don't even, if you don't have electricity, it also means nothing. So, we could go back to the Stone Age. That'd be fine.
We
I'd probably
want
be
to
dead.
build a system
okay.
that goes directly from the brain to voice in real time. And Kenneth will have instantaneous feedback and control of this voice.
Everyone gets his own color.
Will be blue.
I am going
He's a gamer, but he's using a Mac. Why are you using a Mac?
to pay 3 to play Search for Life.
I will take 3.
You're gonna do that?
What are they playing?
Yes, please.
What game is
I'm
this?
done with my turn.
No,
He's happy, though. He's happy. You know, you gotta give him that. He's happy. He's playing his little nerd games and stuff like that. He's gonna go to conventions and stuff. If I was in this situation, which I wouldn't be, because Jess, please shoot me in the head before I get to this point, I'd probably still do this show. I might not be as quick and on the ball as I typically am. But you guys would be there to support. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that.
We work together.
You guys would show up to the chat and listen patiently for my hot takes.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit annoyed because my friend Alec would always want us to play this game. And I always hated this game.
What game
but
is
he
it?
would always, because I was thinking, like, is this the same game? I think it's the exact same game. This game would annoy the fuck out of me.
Forrest Mommy says, yeah, Big B, a lot of times the most dogmatic and religious are the least spiritual. That is the case. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I know people like that. I know people like that who do nothing but talk about God, and they fucking pray before like the family, the fucking meals and stuff like that, and they're just like, in their real day-to-day life, they're fucking trash, dude. They're fucking a-holes. Dude, I know people like that, and it's just like, why you gotta go around with this fucking facade, right? So people think you're a good person? Is that what you're trying to do? Because it's gross. It's honestly gross. But I don't say nothing. Because I don't want to cause... No, I'm not going to fucking say shit.
It's back in the day.
Twitter Christians?
Maybe I can't go endless.
And Twitter is... Twitter's purgatory. Twitter is hell in digital form. And yeah, I hang out there and I bully people. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I do it. It's one of my vices. And I don't always enjoy it, but I will sit there and I'll piss off thousands of people. And sometimes I'll piss off thousands of people with just like a simple sentence. And for some reason, I just think that's funny. You know, it's just like, why are you letting this ruin your day? I just made a sentence. It was like 5 words. And it literally pissed off so many people. I've done this numerous times. I'm fascinated by that. I think that's crazy. That's a crazy thing. Like, I have so much influence, even though I don't have like tons of followers or anything like that, but I'll make a comment and it'll make so many people so angry. I'll be like, oh, all right. And I'll just sit there and read the death threats coming at me. I'm like, okay.
But again, participate in research.
True.
Again, give feedback.
Yep.
It will give us back a voice. And the voice is a very important thing to have.
Damn.
It would be a total waste of who I am. But I didn't do all the good you probably do. Why?
Nope.
The more I take out,
Damn.
good to be with the Lord. And that's the number
You're on
one
your way, man.
reason.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it would make you evaluate your situation and the finality of your life, right? Because when you're healthy and young and fit and stuff like that, death it's nowhere in your perception. It is over the horizon, right? But then all of a sudden you get this diagnosis like cancer or Lou Gehrig, some other bullshit or something like, or like a friend dies or something in some car accident or some shit. And then it's like, oh, this actually happens to people. This is a real phenomenon that I will inevitably have to deal with. It really readjusts your perspective. And when you're there, when you're in the hot seat, it's got to be terrifying, but freeing as well, in some weird sense, in some weird way. A relief that you are going to die regardless. There's no reason to stay healthy. There's no reason to do this or that, because you're going to die. So you don't have responsibilities anymore, really. You don't have to like impress the neighbors. You don't have to like build a career. You just got to sit and wait. And that you're going to have an entire existential crisis, right? You might flip out and freak out, but at one point, at the tail end of your life, assuming you have your cognitive abilities intact, you're going to be okay. You're going to be at peace while you're alive. Probably a peace that most people will never realize. Well, depending. It's weird. It's weird to me.
And I'm doing good for others, and that is the best thing of all.
You are the captain of your own ship.
Damn.
Make the most of what you're given in life.
Man. That's badass, isn't it? That's incredible. Holy fuck. Like, I love these videos. And, like, honestly, I think, like, again, like, this shit's it's only going to get better, right? It's only going to get better. It's only going to improve. Like, I am so fucking happy to see this. And it's like, people never think about this. Life change forever, finding a good way. Yeah, this is why we build. Yeah, exactly. Will vision be restored in the future? Oh, that's a big one. That's a really big one. Yeah, I don't know if...
Yeah, I mean, think about it. People are going to be able to walk again, break their neck and stuff. And then Neuralink's going to be able to come in and be like, you can't walk? Well, here you go. But then you have to make that deal. You know? There's a deal you make when you put a chip in your head. Because they're always going to have power over you. They're always going to be able to take that away from you. And a lot of people are going to be okay with that, right? Like, I'd rather not live the rest of my life in a chair. And if you can put a chip in my brain that you do have control over, and not just you, maybe a very talented hacker could actually hack you as a human being. That's a whole nother discussion. Can hack you as a human being, but the overlords, have power over your body, your actions, your speech, and stuff like that. That's a big trade. That's a very big trade. I didn't have anything next lined up, so if you guys want to send something to me, I'm very happy to play it. But until then, I was watching a slacklining documentary, so I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch this. Because this is... Why is this all fucking woohoo? Why is this weird? Why is this weird? This is weird. It's all weird aspect ratio. Why is it so wide? I don't know why this shit's so wide. Oh. Default? No. Either? I get it. Whatever, I don't care. I don't care. You guys care? I don't care. You guys are having a conversation in this chat. I'm looking over. You guys are fucking talking about some shit. Like demons and shit like that and salvation. And like, I'm here for it. I'm just eating popcorn. You guys do what you do. I'll sit here and I'll watch. I'll watch this and I'll watch you guys. I might toss a comment in once in a while. A lot of you probably aren't listening. I'm cool with that. As long as you feel comfy here. I'm here to facilitate your comfort. That's my job. We got a slackline so John's hyperfixating. It's going to be fun. You're going to see me out there, honey, and I'm going to be bouncing around on the slackline. I'm going to really try to balance and shit like that. I'm probably going to fall a million times, but that's okay. I can handle that. I can, I like doing, how many times did I fall on the one wheel? Now I never fall on that thing. You get better at things. That's the point. I used to be really bad at this. I'll get better one day. Renee says, did you say something, John? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I distracted you from your friends in the chat. I'll just sit here quietly. I'll try to be out of the way. I don't want to distract you guys. I like to hyper focus on things. Oh, we got millions of trees. Yeah, we got tons of trees on my property. I could fucking throw up a bunch of these things. We could have a highway of these things. They're not expensive. They're just tie down straps. It's going to be so good for you, the kids. I love the light in your eyes when you have a new hyperfixation. I thrive. You know what? This is what life is about, right? It's about trying a bunch of different things. You don't, I respect people that, have that one genuine focus that they chase throughout their entire lives. I honestly do respect that. But there's so many cool things out there you just do. Right? There's so much shit out there you can just do. And you don't have to be a fucking pro at everything. You really don't. You can just be good enough to, have fun doing something. I'm good there. If I'm having fun doing something, I'm good. I don't give a shit. I don't have to be a fucking pro at everything. Or anything, really, for that matter. Because why? Look, if you have a passion, follow that passion. By all means. By all means, be the best, whatever it is. Base jumper, I don't give a shit what it is. Programmer, it doesn't matter. If you have a passion, you follow that shit. But there's so many cool things, right? It just seems kind of a shame to box yourself in, There's so many cool things out there. Do cool things. I've done so many cool things. You guys even... I've done, a shitload of things. Yeah, our oldest is going to love it. He's going to have a great time. He's already been having fun. And our youngest hasn't even seen it yet. And he's going to be like, Bish, Peach. Because he can't talk, but he can sign a little bit. More Peach.
The second I
He's
saw
not even two, you know?
I knew it wasn't just going to be on the ground. I knew from the very beginning that I wanted to do it so that I could highline. And
Couch surfing's done the most things. Oh, she's done the most. Okay, whoa. Sorry, the sick lady sick in bed. You're sick in bed right now. She's done the most things. I don't mean to make fun of you because you're sick.
I could free solo.
Are you guys training for the circus, or are you guys ziplining? There's like...
If somebody says that to me, I'll be like, yes. I'm training for the circus. Damn near 40 years old. Yes, I'm training. I'm going to fucking go in the fucking circus.
Your standard 15 responses that you get from the general public that every like slackliner hates, like, are you guys tightrope walking? Would be one of them. Just like, dude, fair enough. Like, it's a legitimate question.
Okay, so I'm going to call one thing about this documentary. There's going to be a lot of man buns. There's going to be a lot of man buns. Hey, Dan, my first donut of the night. Hey, John, if me, Frozen, and Buff Baby went on the keys to the VIP, who would win? Also 19. Buff Baby. It's not 19. You're like, well, are you going to elaborate? No. Why?
How would you describe Spencer?
Oh, shit. Spencer's crazy. Spencer's not crazy.
You look like a lesbian, bro.
This
dude looks like a lesbian.
Think about this for a second.
I think I'm relatively normal, except...
I might not be invested in this documentary.
I don't really have a fear of that piece of air that everyone else seems to be afraid of. It feels like home to me.
I might not be invested in this documentary. I might have to look for something else. You can just give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
If I had to describe
I give you permission to do that.
It would be pouring concrete and slacklining. I live in my van so that
no
I have
shit,
more
you live in your van
to buy gear or to go travel.
Weird.
I've basically just been a weekend warrior for the last ever because I just work 5 days a week pouring concrete, and then on the weekends I get out and do whatever it is I can. 40 minutes up the Sea to Sky Highway and we're in Squamish. An hour hike later going up the Chief and we are in paradise.
Yeah, they do this in pretty nice scenery. Dude, I know a lot of people like this who just fucking live out of their car. Surfers do this a lot. Surfers just like, yeah, I live in my van and just go surfing and stuff like that. All right, yeah, that's cool, man. Go do that.
It was really exciting to get the week off of work and really just focus on slacklining because this is like the dream. This is like what you always, this is the slack life, but for real, I get to live it for 7 days. I had a friend, Freedy, coming into town who is like...
Okay. All right. This one caught my eye. I have to. The moment Oprah was exposed as a monster, I just have to watch
Ask anyone what Oprah is, and you'll get a lot of different answers.
I'm watching this.
Some people think of the talk show host who came from nothing, built everything, and spent decades.
I think here is a legit theory on Oprah. She sacrificed her daughter to become famous. She sacrificed her daughter to the devil to become famous, rich and famous. She doesn't have any kids now. She used to have a daughter. She died. She sacrificed her daughter to the devil to become rich and famous. This is my theory about Oprah Winfrey. What do you guys think?
It's being the most trusted voice in America. Others think of something bigger.
Forrest Mommy says, slack life, bro.
The entire Oprah brand, a business empire worth billions, spanning television.
Watch, a year from now, I'm gonna have a fucking man bun. I'll be a fucking chisel. What's up? Slack line, man. Who's Sulk? I'm happy, man.
Vision, publishing, film, real estate, and an entire media network built around a single name. Either way, she's the most successful entertainer of her entire generation. And yet, if you try to pin down exactly what...
Is she the most successful entertainer? Why? Has she made one thing that is remotely watchable? Not for me, I guess. She's just she's woman-centric, right? Women watch her, and women watch a lot of TV, apparently.
Her talent is, the answer
Shaka
is
bra.
very elusive.
Shaka
but this
bra.
misses the point.
Shaka
because one thing she did do very well was manage risk, protect the image, and never let red
This
flag...
may be gayer than your one-wheeled adventures, endeavors. I don't care. You think I care? Yeah. No, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't care. Because there's no matter what I do, you guys are going to call me gay regardless. It's very freeing. You guys are like, yeah, well, you're gay, so whatever, do whatever you want. I could fucking ride a unicycle juggling dildos, right? Like, you guys just be like, yeah, that checks out. That's Sulk for you. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I guess I was embarrassed to do this before, but you guys call me gay anyway, right? Do they have to be on? Right? They're all vibrating.
Gets in the way of a profitable deal. She's always close enough to benefit from each controversy, but never close
Jim
enough.
Carrey tops her as what? Most successful entertainer or closer to Satan?
Enough to be held culpable. And it was usually those who desperately needed protection.
Did I say didlo? I said dildo. Didn't I?
Who paid the dearest price when the person and the...
Did I see your note about the quesadilla? Hold on. No. I just want to put it out there. I may be asleep when the show ends, but I will wake for a quesadilla if there happens to be one made. I don't know.
business merged in...
Fucking, she's sending me orders. She's sending me food orders on my show. She's all like, yo, when you get off, no rush. When you get off, I would like a quesadilla. If it happens to appear on my lap when I wake up, I wouldn't hate that. So, but if there's not one, you're going to get a pissy Jess tomorrow. And nobody wants that. So, yeah.
The same entity. And nobody would learn this harder than
I'll
one
get
of
her the
Oprah's
fucking
closest
quesadilla,
friends,
Rhea.
Monique.
All right, come.
Monique had previously confided in her about some of the most painful parts of her life. That she and her mother were no longer speaking and that her brother had molested her as a child.
Make Jess
Oprah quickly
quesadilla
booked
when
both
done.
Monique's
You
abusive
got it.
brother
You
and
got
her
it,
estranged
Big B.
mother for the upcoming show.
Jess, Big B paid for your quesadilla. I'm a $5 quesadilla whore. Which doesn't sound like the worst career path.
Using their accounts to dig deeper into the trauma, dragging the entire situation
Ding,
into the
she
spotlight.
says.
She said my brother wanted to come on the show. She said, if you don't want me to have your
I have
brother
to
on
now.
the show.
I have to, right? I have to go and make my sick wife a quesadilla. I have to because of $5. $5 made like quesadilla. How much does cheese cost? I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more cheese.
Cancel the show.
Cheese is
On the
expensive,
surface,
man.
it sounds like Oprah was giving Monique a choice, but what happened next would tell a very different story.
I began to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father, and my other brother.
That's despite Monique making it crystal clear she wanted nothing to do with the pair, stating,
My brother Gerald is a charmer. I said I don't want nothing to do with that cat.
and that this is everything she didn't want.
She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm gonna have your mother, I would have said, shut it down. I shared with her that me and my mother was not talking. I shared with her I was hurt.
Still, the interview went ahead, and Monique found out the same way.
Please, are you like a billionaire who thinks milk is like $100? It's not. It's not $100.
Everyone else did by watching.
You think I fucking buy groceries? I don't buy the grocery. Jess buys the grocery. I don't even think she looks. I don't think she look. Jess, how much is a gallon of milk? She says milk is retarded. There you go. I don't even know what that means.
Watching it live on television, on stage.
Is it retarded? How?
Her brother finally admitted what he.
How is milk retarded? Did it come from Down syndrome cows? And if there is a Down syndrome cow, I want to taste its milk. I want to taste the milk of the Down syndrome cow. I bet it tastes poopy.
He had done, saying,
I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her.
But even that
$5
wasn't enough
a gallon.
to stop the family from defending him. Monique's mother brushed off parts of this.
Milk goes with cookies only, and we don't have cookies. Jess went through a big like baking stage, right? She's a very good baker, right? She is, but then she's all like, "We're eating too much sugar," and I was like, "Yeah, we are eating too much sugar." Because she would make like a cake like every day. At night, after the kids went to bed, we would just fucking pound it. And then she's like, we gotta stop this. I'm like, yeah, you better fucking not.
The story on air, protecting the abuser, whilst her other brother suggested that the essay was blown out of proportion. Meanwhile, Oprah, the woman who had positioned herself as an advocate for victims, leaned in and drew.
Shut up, Oprah. I hate it when these fucking billionaires or like these super rich celebrities are all like, "Oh, I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for the less fortunate," and shit like that. You fly around in jets and stuff. You go on month-long vacations in like villas in Italy. Just shut the hell up. Look, enjoy your life, but don't fucking be like, "Oh, I'm a good person too," on top of that. Because I doubt that. Look, I understand how the fucking industry runs. If you are this high in the industry, you are not a good person. It's possible, but the chances be slim, yo.
Drilled into the details, milking every moment for the camera and money. This is what makes Monique's story so ugly. Oprah wasn't exposing a hidden abuser on behalf of a victim.
Monique? Is that Monique? She lost a lot of weight.
She was reopening a victim's trauma in public, on terms the victim says she never consented to. But the worst part of this is arguably what followed next. Monique says that after speaking out about the situation, Oprah used her influence in Hollywood to help freeze her out of the industry. Roles that she says were once offered to her, including parts in The Butler, Empire, and a planned Richard Pryor biopic, disappeared while her name increasingly attached to the label of being difficult. Looking at where Monique's career is today compared to where it was when she appeared with Oprah, it's hard to argue that speaking out
maybe she's right.
Consequences. And others seem to be on the receiving end of this tactic too. Susan Powter recalled after declining an Oprah appearance, her team warned her, quote, "You do know that you may never work in this town again." In fact, it became a rarity to speak out against her. Like when Prince quipped her for asking why he
does Oprah have power like that? How the fuck does Oprah have power like that?
Weird, and why he lived in Minneapolis.
It's so cold, it keeps the bad people out.
It's the way he looks her right in the eye when he says it. But Monique wasn't an exception. This kind of drama extraction technique was the foundation Oprah's show was built on. In return for using it to platform yourself, celebrities were expected to surrender a compromising story. Whether this was a confession, breakdown, or secret they spent years protecting, everything was on the table. No celebrity wanted to be the one who seemed difficult, ungrateful, or guarded in front of an audience that could end careers overnight. It was an industry secret that spawned the infamous phrase, "Nobody says no to Oprah." This was the trap Tony Braxton.
What? You get connections, but where did she get these connections? Where did she? Because she came up poor, right? She done something. She done something.
Braxton walked into. She went on Oprah's show expecting a supportive conversation about financial hardship.
Hog says my Neuralink tells me when to poop and when to crank Hog. You don't need a Neuralink for that. You just do those things. But the Neuralink could do that for you. It could crank your hog. It could give you a stranger without you having to sit on your hand in the first place. That's science. That's the future, right? It'll numb your hand and control it, and it'll teach you some new tricks. Thank you, Elon.
With a woman she'd admired her entire life. Braxton was already in a vulnerable position.
I mean, that is realistically possible. That is realistically a real thing. That could be really done. It'll numb your hand and then jerk you off.
Admitting she was broke years before meeting Oprah. But when the interview...
They all say they were poor. They always seem to some sort of connection. Yeah, I really do doubt that they all came up poor. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. But, like, you always hear that from boomers. You always hear, oh, I came up poor and stuff like that. Well, yeah, your parents were poor. But then you came into, like, blinding optimism and opportunity. So, like, that your parents never had, and then your children and grandchildren will never have. So it's like... So, who cares? Who got, like, it kind of, like, annihilates the point you're trying to make. If you came up poor and, like, struggled, like, legitimately struggled through a hard time, like what millennials or like the silent generation or something like that did, or maybe even before the silent generation, then yeah, that would be something. Like if you were a potato farmer in the 1800s and then worked your way up to Lord of the Manor, then that would be something, right? But it's just like, yeah, every boomer got rich. They're all fucking rich. I know some of them aren't rich, but I am speaking in generalizations. They hold 80% of the wealth in the country, right? Not in the world, but like 80%. Right? You make up 20% of the population. You don't think you might have had a leg up that no one else got? Right? Right? When you were coming up poor, that was just how people lived. That was just it. You know? That everyone was poor, but it was just basically it. That was it. So it's not really... It's not like you were started, it really taints that entire story. And it's always like, oh, I walked uphill in the snow both ways. And it's just like, you might be full of shit. You might be full of shit. Like, I understand you might not have been the richest person around. But like, first of all, you're born in America. You're born in America. If you were born in the Serengeti, right? And then you fucking came and then like, fought your way up during the Great Depression or something like that. That might have been different. But like, you put future generations in trillions of dollars of debt. Because you wanted shiny things and a good life. You see how that's like not that great, That's not that inspiring. If you want good stuff, put it on your children's tab. See, that's not inspiring. I'm not inspired by that. I'm mad about it. I'm pissed off about that. If you want a great life, make sure your children and grandchildren suffer immensely. Bravo. Wow. Fucking bravo.
You began, it quickly turned into an interrogation. One that felt less like a conversation and more like a humiliation ritual in front of millions.
She's so freaking mean to me.
American boomers are complaining about being poor while having access to food. Not just that. Boomers are complaining about being poor. And some of them are, right? But they're all on Social Security, which costs us, millennials, Gen Z, some Gen X, $1 trillion a year. So they can all get checks. It costs us $1 trillion a year. Remember, we're already $40 trillion in the hole because of them, because of the spending habits that they had, you know. And now, for the rest of their lives, we owe them $1 trillion a year. That's just Social Security. Just so the rest, the fucking army budget, the fucking welfare programs, fucking keeping schools and like police and shit, roads. That's all different. That's all different parts of the budget. Social Security is $1 trillion a year. On top of the actual things we need to pay for to keep society functioning. This is why infrastructure is absolutely decaying in front of us. Because we can't pay to build these bridges because some fucking Tommy Bahama wearing Boca dickhead is fucking hitting on 20-year-old bartenders at a Hooters, right? They're all fucking doing that. Fucking cry poor at me. Shut up.
I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation?
You should only get what you paid in. That is a fucking... You shouldn't get any of it. You shouldn't have to pay in, one. And you shouldn't get a fucking dime out of it. It shouldn't be a thing. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme all the way around. All it is a fucking slush fund for politicians to tap into whenever they see fit. It's a fucking scam. They just assumed it would work because they always assumed the population would keep growing. Well, guess what? It was too much of a burden, and now the next generation can't afford to have houses or kids or even realistic careers because they're working 100 hours a week at fucking Walmart. Get the fuck out of here with that goddamn, oh, I grew up poor bullshit. Shut the fuck up. You're handed everything on a goddamn silver platter from previous generations trying to build a sustainable country. And then you piss that away because you want fucking Mexicans to come in and do your lawn work? You want to fucking ship out every factory job you have in this country? Because, and by the way, the factory jobs is the only reason that the United States prospered so much after World War II, because Europe was bombed to shit. Europe was bombed to shit, and we had the only functioning infrastructure left, right? So we could actually pump out things. A bunch of money started flowing in. Oh, and we had the petrodollar, which they're fighting tooth and nail to maintain. But they're not going to win. Iran is a fucking lost cause. They are dug in there like a tick. You're not getting them out of there. If you could, you would have done this 30 years ago. This is the fucking apex. This is the final fucking song. All right? 2026 is it. This is the end of it. All right? You can't win with Iran. You're not going to take control of the Strait of Hormuz. You're going to lose the petrodollar. And if you lose the petrodollar, we can't pay back $40 trillion in bills. Everybody in the country is going to fucking go into hyperinflation. And then it's just fucked. It's just fucked from then. It's just fucked. The world will be fine. The world will be fine. It'll suck for a while. Sure, it'll suck for a while. But the world will be fine after that. 10, 20 years. We'll be good.
Situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
B-R-O-K-E broke?
Broke.
Like broke?
Like, no money.
No money. Like net worth what?
Negative.
Negative.
JB says it's a tax. You're not entitled to any of it. It's the biggest lie the boomers were told, and they were entitled that they are entitled to it. Yeah. I always hear boomers say, "Well, I paid into it. Well, I fucking pay into it too. I'm never gonna see a dime of it. What about me? I pay into it. Do I get it? No, of course not. I know that because I'm not retarded. I understand the math behind it. It's going to be insolvent in by 2035, something like that. But I'm still going to have to pay. I'm still going to have to pay because never, ever, ever has a politician wanted less money. They've never, ever wanted fewer dollars. They always want more to throw at fucking Israel or at some goddamn stupid war or some stupid bullshit transing kids in Vermont kind of nonsense. Or to give it to some other country. You know, it makes you mad. It really does. When you see so many people suffering because of fucking the price of goddamn cheese. And then they're like, oh, good, we're going to send more money to fucking Israel. We're going to send more money to Ukraine. We're going to send more money to fucking whatever shithole they're, you know. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And people are tired of it. People are obviously tired of it. They're tired of fucking getting replaced by millions of Africans and Middle Eastern people. That, you know, we finance wars over there, and then all those people over there fucking hop on a boat and come over here, so it makes it harder for us to finance wars over there. It's just this big virtuous cycle. And by virtuous, I don't mean good. I mean it just feeds into itself. Right? It's fucking stupid, dude. I'm so tired of it. So, whatever. If America loses this war, which it will, I mean, I really doubt they're going to be able to pull this one off. They're going to be able to pull out a W with this one. Sure, you get all kinds of things. Oh, Iran's out of missiles. Iran's out of missiles. They got nothing left. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Where's all these missiles coming from? Oh, shit. So stupid, dude. So stupid.
And immediately, she made me feel this big. This big. That moment completely.
It never is a war, Big B. You know why? You know why, Big B? You know why it's not a war? I'll tell you exactly why. And this might be a play, too. It's not a war. Because they never want to say they lost a war. But if it's a conflict, losing a conflict, not that bad. Vietnam was not a war. It was a conflict. They lost Vietnam. When they think they're going to lose, or better yet, when they're planning to lose, you're going to call it a conflict. If you're going to win, you're going to call it a war. And yes, they would plan to lose a war. There is a lot of reasons why they would plan to lose a conflict. There is plenty of reasons. Sure. So yeah, Iran, not a war, Iran conflict. They're not going to win.
Completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
Braxton's lowest point had just been turned into a punchline in front of him.
That's why boomers in the know paid to get out of the draft. Exactly. Oh, fucking exactly. Exactly. They knew it was just a meat grinder over in Vietnam. They weren't planning to win. They were just planning to fuck some shit up and kind of just make a few distractions, make a few tests and stuff like that. It was really more of a test run. But they're going to do the same. They're going to draft a bunch of people into a non-war, into a conflict. Why would you be able to draft into a not war? It's not a war. Why are you drafting? But you know they are. Germany's now not allowing people to leave the country. Well, men to leave the country. Because they're going to get drafted. They're going to get thrown into a fucking war. All this shit's just falling into place, and you know this has been planned. Probably for decades. Decades upon decades. Right? Decades upon decades. This has all been planned. This is just like another gigantic step. It's a big step, but it's just another culmination of a series of things.
Millions. She says this experience still haunts her today, permanently affecting her ability to trust, open up, and feel safe being vulnerable in public. One of Oprah's methods in all of this was confrontation, ambushing guests with the thing they were most afraid to talk about. That was just great business for her show, as people love the drama.
Arden Shire says, but declaring war, countries are subject to specific rules they currently do not have to follow, like reparations. That's an interesting point. But there's always that thing that, you know, all's fair in war. All's fair in love and war. Yeah, so, yeah. If you know you're going to win a war, there's no rules. And if you know you're going to lose a war, there's also no rules, because you're going to die if you don't, you know, fuck with shit. So if you lost a war and you lived, then they're going to kill you anyway. They're going to kill you anyway. They're still marching Nazis in front of fucking tribunals and being like, oh, you're convicted of doing these crimes 80 fucking something years ago. I mean, it's been a while since they did that. I think they're basically all dead. There's more Holocaust survivors.
And so maybe that's why she felt entitled to ambush the young actress Mary-Kate, who was 7.
What? I didn't say anything bad. I didn't say anything bad. YouTube! Shut up, YouTube!
At the time about rumors of her eating disorder.
Yeah, the government doesn't have to follow any rules. Of course not. Of course not. They never do. The rules for us. The rules are for you and me. Right? That's who they're for. We have to follow the rules. And if you're smart, you won't. Just don't get caught.
Has really upset you, right? You know, the one about eating.
Yeah, you know, people are going to write what they want to write.
What size are you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always
I'm really short.
You're not sure?
Girls, and you know.
That's so interesting.
Or why Oprah felt entitled to police which words Raven-Symoné could
is she doing shit these days?
Use about her own identity.
I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American.
Oh, girl, don't
set
set
up
up
the
Twitter on fire.
I'm sorry. I mean,
What? What did you just say? Stop the tape right now.
I don't know how far back, and I don't know what country in Africa I'm from, but I do know that my roots are in Louisiana. I'm an American, and that's a colorless person, because we're all people. I have lots of things running through my veins.
I mean, you're going to get a lot of flack for saying you're not African American. You know that, right? So I want you to say what you really mean by that.
What I really mean by that is I'm an American. That's what I really mean.
Another one of her methods was...
Is Oprah out here killing people? I guarantee you Oprah's out here killing people. I guarantee you she's had people killed. She seems like the bitch that would have people killed. For sure.
Compassion, turning the show into a performance of safety so people would lower their guard and expose the most private, painful parts of themselves. That was one of her gifts, making intrusion look like care and exploitation look like empathy. Just look at how she treats Kelsey Grammer, a man scarred by
Kelsey Grammer is a fucking tool, dude. Kelsey Grammer is a fucking tool.
Brutal family tragedy, pushed not just to remember.
God reveals his sister Karen's chilling final moments after being stabbed 42 times. Damn! Damn! Was she dating a black guy? Okay, that one might have been too much for YouTube. I don't care, though. Whatever.
His pain, but to relive it for the camera.
My sister died.
Was she dating a football player?
You say my sister died. Your sister was brutally and murdered, which is
nice.
A little different than just dying. You still miss her, I can see. Do you ever get over it?
No.
Jeez, Oprah, fucking let it. Jeez.
Oprah's brand didn't only extract value from guests.
I won't forget the quesadilla for your side. Thank you.
Her own show. It did something even more ambitious. It incubated entirely new franchises from dangerous people. Because that's exactly what businesses do when they find a profitable formula. They scale it and build subsidiaries. And it's in these profitable decisions that Oprah built an empire far beyond the name and person itself. Take Dr. Oz, a surgeon who Oprah platformed over 60 times before spinning him off into his own show, produced by her company. Within a few years, he'd gone from legitimate medical advice to promoting miracle weight loss supplements.
And he probably was raking in cash, too.
On air. Products so
raking in cash.
dubious, he was hauled in front of a Senate hearing and publicly grilled for misleading millions of consumers. But at least Oz had medical credentials and wasn't a clear-cut villain. The next person Oprah endorsed had nothing at all. This video is sponsored by Abacus AI. One thing that's happening right now with AI is that
How do you describe that journey to Brazil to see John of God?
When I saw him, he just went zoom, 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 and that was it.
Oh, yeah, I remember the whole John of God thing.
Did you ever go back?
No, decided not to go because I didn't feel any effect whatsoever.
How did that leave you? Were you...
Disappointed. Of course you are disappointed. You hope to be able to walk and
Let's go, government.
get better.
Needless to say, any reasonable person would see this for what it is, a grift designed to sell false hope to sick and desperate...
No, Rio, you're right. Good night, freedom. Good night, freedom. Good night. It's over. Freedom's been over for a long time.
All while exploiting their vulnerability for financial gain. But surprisingly, not Oprah. She quickly picked up the story, featuring him in her magazine and devoting several episodes of her show to praising his work and claiming his powers could...
What did John and Gone do? He was like, yeah, I know you're some cult leader.
...genuinely save lives. There are blog posts on her website dedicated to him, which have now been deleted, presumably because of what happened next. She flew out to meet him in person and documented the case of Lisa Melman, a woman who had abandoned conventional cancer treatment in favor of John of God's supposed healing powers. And on Oprah's stage, Melman claimed something remarkable, that her breast cancer was now gone and that John had cured her. There was evidence of this discussion on YouTube, but it's all been...
He honked it. He honked. He honked the cancer away. Honk. Honk.
...since scrubbed by Oprah's team. That's because the reality was just far more tragic. Because just 2 years later, Lisa Melman died. Her cancer had never been cured at all. And according to reports, after she abandoned conventional treatment, the disease continued to spread and progressively worsened. So by the time she died...
You're alright, Hog? You doing good, bro? You doing good about it?
Gonna be in agonizing pain. And Oprah never returned to television to tell that part of the story. This happened while Oprah prolifically promoted the benefits of breast cancer screening when that virtue needed to be signaled. But by then, the damage had been done. She had already endorsed John of God to an international audience as a man capable of miracles. From there, John of God's business exploded, with an estimated 15 million people traveling from across the world to meet him. But for many of the women who
making
went to
good
his
money,
orbit, that journey didn't end in healing, it ended in sexual abuse. A subtext...
Really? I'm not surprised. You hung a shower curtain after work and I'm on one. What? You hung a shower curtain. So you just kind of, and then you're like, oh, okay. Whew. Done today.
Text that exploded into public view in 2018 when more than 600...
A cult ending in sexual abuse? No way. Exactly, Forrest Moment. No way. No way. No.
Including John's own daughter, came forward accusing him of sexual abuse.
I sexually abuse you guys every single day. No, that's not true. You guys sexually abuse me. You call me gay every single day is technically sexual abuse. You guys know that. That's what I do on this show. I get sexually abused by, I'm not going to call it the masses, but you group, you lot. I'm not going to call it the masses, but y'all.
John of God was declared a fugitive on Saturday.
Not anything like this cult. Am I sitting here sexually assaulting you or sexually harass? No, you guys sexually harass me. You guys are pretty rude to me.
After missing a deadline to surrender to the authorities.
Call me gay.
Claims against him began earlier this month when a dozen women said the self-styled spiritual healer had abused them at his clinic. Since then, scores have poured in from women within Brazil and abroad. Faria became internationally famous when he appeared on a show hosted by Oprah Winfrey. His fame had been boosted by supposedly miraculous surgeries.
And this is where Oprah's role becomes impossiple to ignore. Okay. If she had done her due diligence before legitimizing John of God on her show...
You know, if you're, you call yourself John of God, and you're like a healer, and you have some sort of connection with the Almighty, why do you look like shit? Why do you look like that? Dude, why do you look like that? If you're like a millionaire, which you should be, why do you look like that? Why do you look like shit, dude? You look like hell.
She may have picked up on allegations that had followed him.
No, I
throughout
didn't
his
put any
career.
lotion on my
The quiet
skin.
murmur that this so-called healer was in fact not who he seemed on more than one level. So while we can't know exactly how many women Oprah helped steer into a circle, it's difficult to deny that her endorsement played a significant role in widening that pipeline. After all, she never seriously challenged his claim, she never pressed him on evidence, and never really subjected him to the kind of scrutiny any responsible interviewer would have applied. What makes this even harder to excuse
All right, Hog,
is
tell us about the shower rod. Tell us about the curtain rod. Was it heavy? What's on it? Is it decorative? Is it obviously it's decorated? Is it SpongeBob? I don't know. Tell me about the shower curtain, bro.
that Oprah,
Tell me
by
about the
her
shower
own
curtain.
account, understood exactly how predators
Huh?
operate. She's spoken publicly about being molested as a child. She even said this to a room full of people who had suffered abuse, showing them that she had inside knowledge of how people are groomed.
The attention and the seduction from the predator, it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. If the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're
Why are the bitches fucking nodding their heads at Oprah? Oh my god. Oprah.
And John of God wasn't even the only dangerous franchise Oprah helped build. Dr. Phil was a trial consultant, someone who helped people win high-stakes legal battles.
Then why is he called Dr. Phil? Does he have like a what do they call it, a Juris Doctorate, where you're a doctor of lawyers? That's a real thing. You can PhD in law. So like, or I don't know if it's a PhD, but it's your doctorate in law. So is he that kind of doctor? I thought he was like a medical doctor.
He also worked on jury selection, analyzing jurors' behaviors so lawyers could decide who to keep and who to remove. Oprah brought him onto her show, where he quickly became a regular, and that made perfect sense, not because he was a good therapist, but because he was the perfect brand extension. Oprah had already built a format around emotional confession, family conflict, trauma, and personal accountability. Dr. Phil added the appearance of professional authority. Positioned as a trained psychologist, he gave Oprah's worldview
not my
a veneer
birthday.
of expertise, and it made the show feel less like messy,
Nowhere near
highly
my
personal
birthday.
television and more like guidance. The advice they gave often included sending struggling teenagers to residential treatment programs like Turnabout Ranch, a Utah facility marketed as rehabilitation but surrounded for years by allegations of abuse, including sexual, physical, and psychological harm. In a lawsuit, a former Dr. Phil guest alleged she was sexually assaulted by a staff member at 17. She further claimed that after reporting the incident, she was punished rather than protected, and when she returned to the ranch, she was forced to work in freezing conditions.
Yeah, we've done episodes on those kid ranches where they fucking just torture them to death and shit like that. Those are fucking weird places.
And made to
Oh,
sleep on
fucked
a
up
wooden
places.
plank and subjected to additional degrading.
Hey, thanks, FOMO. She says this is for your next birthday. It's $20. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Needed help are now suing the Utah teen treatment centers that they were sent to, claiming that they faced isolation, humiliation, and
that's not like I just had a birthday.
Trauma.
But thank you.
Previous assaults.
Various forms of self-harm.
She got a lot of makeup.
You're actually just isolated in a room.
That's the big thing, was isolation.
No, Dan.
Humiliated in front of the group by the therapist.
And then
Who pinned Jess's message? Because I know it wasn't Jess. Who pinned Jess's message? Was it Renee's? Was it FOMO? FOMO, did you do that?
it would all just shame me.
In the lawsuit, she claims she was 17 when an employee took advantage of that isolation to groom her for sexual encounters.
They would encourage the girls to literally bully me and just tell me about how horrible I am.
The lawsuit says Vista therapists shamed victims of sexual assault and forced them to talk about the specifics in group sessions.
Perhaps the most high-profile teenager sent there was Daniela Brigoli, who later described the place in brutal terms.
They just take them, they handcuff them, they put them in the car. It's basically like kidnapping. So for the first 3 days, there is no.
Damn, what happened to this chick? She was a Catch Me Outside girl, wasn't she? But she was like 13 when that happened. And she got, I mean, she was hood then, right? But she got skank. She got skanky hood.
Showering, they put you in a circle, which is it's a teepee. It's a little teepee, but it's open. And you have to sit there for 3 days. They wouldn't let me lay down for nothing. Like, I was falling asleep and they were like, get up, get up. This place is all about taking away privileges. Like, okay, yeah, the phone is a privilege, TV, like all that. But they take away like necessity privileges, like sleeping on a bed, eating good food, not being cold.
Oprah's production company created Dr. Phil. It funded his show and profited from it.
Is this
And when
about
that
public
show-
school? No, this is not. No, I mean, like she's talking about those fucking places where they said troubled teens, and like those are dark places. Like, you know, it's when a parent doesn't want to do any parenting, and that's why these kids get into this situation in the first place. Is because the parent doesn't want to do any parenting, and they want their kids to be normal, like upstanding, normal people, right? And so they're all like, well, I've done nothing this whole time, so I'm going to send my kid off to one of these schools where they fucking torture them, where they like molest them and stuff. Like, really, literally, sometimes these kids die. It's fuck, and they're expensive too. On top of that, they're expensive. So it's just people not wanting to be fucking parents.
Sent children into facilities where they were allegedly abused. She was insulated because Dr. Phil was his own name, his own show, and it was his own problem. This is the model that modern celebrity empires run on. The name of the top gets the goodwill.
Oh yeah, look, companies do this a lot. They'll make smaller companies, and those smaller companies will like do something straight up evil, right? And then that smaller company will catch the heat, but the larger conglomerate that owns that smaller company and signed off on these decisions is completely it's completely free and clear from having to deal with any of these consequences because, well, it's a different company, but they still own it. It's still on them. It's still in large part their decision to make these things happen. But they're completely, they're immune. They're immune just because they slapped a different LLC on it. They put a different name on it and be like, no, that's that company. That doesn't have anything to do with this company. Our company just happened to own that company and tell that company exactly what to do because we fucking own it.
But the structures underneath absorb the damage. Oprah would repeatedly descend on a cause, make a grand gesture, and let the cameras capture every moment before moving on to the next project. This was exactly what happened in 2007, when Oprah opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. She poured $40 million into the campus for 152 disadvantaged girls. She hand-selected them herself and put on a huge launch party attended by top-ranking celebrities. On the face of it, supporting girls from poor backgrounds with education appears to be
one
a good
white
thing,
chick?
but it came to light that the school contained a beauty salon, a yoga studio, 2 theaters, and luxury dormitories. Every tile, door handle, and finish was Oprah's particular choice, including pillowcases bearing an embroidered O. While it's her money to spend, critics immediately pointed out the obvious. That same $40 million spread differently could have helped thousands of students across the country.
Not really. Not really. And you know what? Maybe we don't need to be sending money to Africa. Maybe we just need to stop. Maybe we need to stop sending money to Africa because every time we do it, you get more fucking Africans. And then with more fucking Africans, there's more fucking suffering. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing when we go. Mr. Beast builds wells in Africa that'll be defunct in a year because no one knows how to maintain it. We drop food over and it makes the population explode. And then they start fucking killing each other. They start killing each other because food isn't falling from the sky anymore. Right? So they have to start eating each other. Maybe we should just stop fucking with Africa completely. And you know, we got a lot of places in the United States that could use $40 million. We could use a lot of these things. We can make this country really cool. With all the goddamn money we've sent to Africa, we could make this country better. And dude, like I've been saying, stop sending money to other countries. Stop doing that. The government. I'm not saying you guys individually do it. It's your money. I don't give a shit. But like the country, the government sends billions of dollars overseas to Africa. So what? We can get billions more Africans? There's like 2 billion people in Africa. There's 2 billion. All right? Oh, the starving kids in a... Dude, there's 2 fucking billion of them. How are we going to feed 2 billion starving people? There used to not be 2 billion people until we started dropping rice on them. Now we're just making the problem worse. And they're like, oh, it's okay. We'll just bring them over here to America because they're all doctors and lawyers and engineers, right? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking... And don't even pretend like this isn't the plan. Don't even pretend like this hasn't been the plan from the beginning. Right? This is all a plan to destroy fucking white people and the shit they've... This is that. That's that. This is that plan, isn't it? This is that long term. God damn it.
But instead, Oprah built a monument, something needlessly indulgent that she could put
Again!
her name on and point to proof of her moral superiority. Howard Stern, of all people, described it well, saying,
"No, I am fascinated by Oprah."
I'll tell you what. If I ever get Oprah wealthy, if I ever get Oprah rich, or Mr. Beast rich, or some bullshit like that, and I go on like a humanitarian kick, I'm not sending a dime to Africa. I'm not putting a dime outside of the country. If I want to do humanitarian shit, I'll do it right here in America because I'm an American. This is my country. I'm not going to fucking make other countries better when my country can really use the help, right? Fucking, I could make milk in the country not $5. I would do that. I'd be like, now milk is $1. If I can make that sort of change, you know how fucking seismic of an impact that would make? That would be a huge difference. That would make a huge difference across the country. If I had that kind of cash, I don't.
Oprah, and sometimes she's unaware of the sort of ways she
a full-on rapist. Yeah, I would be a full-on rapist.
shows her wealth.
Yes.
But I think in the world right
No, there's no need to correct yourself.
now, there is such a disparity between those who have and those who have not.
Right.
And only getting worse.
And the way Oprah talks...
Forrest Mommy taking care of our community. Our fucking shit. Our fucking shit. You know how many problems? You know how many bridges are about to collapse? You know how many fucking potholes are... There's so many things. And you're just, we're raising money to build wells in Africa? Fuck them! Fuck those people! Fuck those people! Fuck Africans! No! There's people here that desperately need that. And I'm not one for charity. I'm not charitable. I have no problem admitting that. But if a wild hair got up my ass, there's no fucking way I would send a dime to another country. Not in a million years. Not in a million years.
About it told you everything. She called herself...
Anyways. That's our show. That's my show. That's our show. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you guys had a good time, and thank you for hitting the like button and the donos. I really appreciate that. Not much tonight, but that's okay. I can handle it. I guess my full-on rapies will have to wait for another day. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I will be back here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Sulk stream. Until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves. I care about you too. See you tomorrow. Love you. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too, government lies that feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit voice is loud, born like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.